I want to welcome everyone on behalf of the Arkansas Small Business and Technology Development Center and the Arkansas Business Navigator Program. If you've joined us before for one of Deborah's events, you know that we have a great event ahead of us today. We also have another webinar with Deborah on Tuesday, February 27th, called How to Uplevel Your Graphics with Canva Magic. I will be dropping the link to register for that webinar in the chat a few times throughout the presentation. So if you're not already registered, we'd love for you to sign up and join us. And everyone in attendance today will receive an email with a copy of the slides that are used for today's presentation. There'll be an AI handout from Deborah, a link to a recording of today's webinar, and a link to our post-event evaluation survey. So when you get that, if you would take a moment and complete the survey, as your feedback helps us plan for our future events. I know Deborah has a lot to share with us today. So Deborah, I'm going to hand it off to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Meredith. I'm so grateful to be back again and to meet all of you and to be able to help you to learn to use ChatGPT to be able to grow and expand your small business. Before we get started, I just want to hear from you so I know who I am talking with. How many of you are currently using ChatGPT? Just say yes. If you're using ChatGPT, just type in the chat yes. Okay, just so I can see. If you're not using ChatGPT, say no, so I can see. I think the majority of people, oh, Bard, excuse me. I know some people like Microsoft, same similar thing. And by the way, if you're not using ChatGPT and you are using Google Bard or any of the other, Microsoft has Copilot, everything that I'm going to share with you about ChatGPT AI is going to apply to these other generative AI. So that's great. Every day, Robert. Okay. And then how many of you are using Canva? Canva, you're using it. Say yes in the chat. Just want to know who's using Canva. Okay, great. So most of you are, some of you are not. All right. So just so you know, today's presentation is going to be about 80% ChatGPT, 20% Canva. Like Meredith said, in February, we're going to do a deep dive of a whole entire 90 minutes exclusively on Canva Magic AI. Canva actually just made me a Canvassador. What's that? Basically, I am a trainer now. They're not paying me, but they are giving me inside information to be able to give to you. They're also giving me, for those of you that don't have Canva, I'm going to have a 45-day free trial that I can give away. I'm a beta tester. So if there's anything you don't like with Canva, or if there's anything you would like added with Canva, I now get to participate at Canva staff meetings and I could let them know on your behalf. So you have a voice now when it comes to Canva. I haven't infiltrated OpenAI, but I will talk to Sam on X and see how I can get in there. So for those of you, it's your first time taking a training with me, just say new in the chat, just so I can welcome everyone that's new to me. I'm Deborah Darris. I am a small business owner, just like many of you. Oh, a lot of you are new to me. Okay, welcome. Okay, so many new people, new faces. So that's why I'll let you know a little bit of background about me, very little. I was born in 1972. No, just kidding. I started my business and my business idea in 1999. I quit my day job in 2002, have been a small business owner for 22 years. For the past 13 years, I've been working with small business development centers, very much like the ASBTDC, teaching digital marketing for small businesses. But the biggest problem that we as small businesses have is we don't have the time. Sometimes we don't have the energy. Oftentimes we don't have the staff or we don't have the patience to teach staff to do a lot of these tedious tasks. The wonderful thing about AI is now we don't have to. We can have ChatGPT and Canva delegate it to an intern, delegate it to a virtual assistant, and we can get so many of our tasks done with ease and grace. So I'm very passionate about that. I'm a speaker, author, and consultant, and let's get started. Okay, so most of you are already using ChatGPT, so I'm not going to go into a lot of theoretical uses. We're going to talk today pure practicality. How can you make money How can you save time using ChatGPT and Canva? Okay. Those of you that are using Google Bard or Microsoft Copilot, it's very similar. ChatGPT is basically a tool that can allow you, a small business owner, to use the power of large machine learning to be able to understand what it is you need in your business, whether you need a newsletter, whether you need a social media post, whether you need your website revised, whether you need to write an email, correspondence. You now have not only a copywriter with ChatGPT, a graphic designer with Canva, but put it together and know how to use it strategically, and you have an entire team. The average amount of time that small businesses that have been using ChatGPT effectively over the last year, savings is time is 12 hours, and savings of money, it just depends on your business. I know for me specifically, I saved at least $2,000 from not having to have a social media marketing team now that I know how to use ChatGPT and Canva properly. But that's the key thing, how to use it properly. So that is what I'm going to teach you right now in each slide. I'm going to walk you through all of the steps that you need to be doing with your ChatGPT, with your Canva, so that it understands your business, so that it understands your brand and the uniqueness about your business and your brand and the nuances and your mission, your vision, your core values, your needs, your problems, your strengths, your issues. And there's a way to train it's our ChatGPT. Anybody have animals? I have a new puppy. Some of you have probably met it if you've come to my other trainings. And you think you get a dog, you have a dog, you're just happy forever. No, you need to train it to sit. You need to train it to be quiet. Same thing with ChatGPT. You need to train it to be able to understand your brand. And when you do, watch out, world. You're going to be ready for business. Okay. So you want to think about ChatGPT if you're not already actively using it. I'm going to give you fun ways to use it that will get you. It's kind of like when we first learned how to type. I remember I was in high school taking typing class. I'm like, when am I ever going to use this typing? I want to take calligraphy class. I was like, when am I going to use the type? So many of you, you're smart. You already know the power of AI and that you need to learn to use it. But maybe you're a little hesitant. You've watched some shows on TV, 2020 privacy issues or ethical issues, or you're scared of doing the wrong thing or saying the wrong thing. Why don't you start using ChatGPT or Google Bard or Microsoft Copilot, whatever you want to use, with something easy like travel plans, right? If you want to schedule travel, you could say, what are the top 10 best destinations to go to that tourists don't usually go to that I can get the lower cost? Oh, Belize. Oh, Portugal, right? They give you a list. Now, can you give me the hotels? Now, can you give me the airlines? Now, can you give me the best rates on this amount of budget, right? Start with something fun and easy that will help you get into the flow of how to use ChatGPT just for practice. Okay. You could do recipes. Okay. I have chicken in my refrigerator. I've got asparagus. How can I make a dish? Right. So all these things you could do just to get your feet wet with using it. Right. Or say you wrote an email, you want it translated in Spanish. Maybe you're expanding your market. You want to have a bilingual market. You could do that. I want you to realize that ChatGPT is both your professional assistant and the personal assistant you always wanted, right? You want to find out the best restaurants to take your client that's coming to town, but you're out of town and you're in a new part of Arkansas that you haven't been to before. You don't know what's the best steak restaurants. It could not only find them for you, but it could give you the link to make the reservation, all from the touch of your phone. If you have the Chat GPT app on your phone, which I do recommend getting it, or if you have it on your computer. So first thing that we want to do before we even get started with any of the business cases. So I was just giving you some easy, simple, fun, personal uses for ChatGPT, but we're going to get into the nitty-gritty, how to make money with your small business in the next few slides. But before we do, I want to show you how to enable features and customize your ChatGPT. Okay. So I'm going to take a trip over to my ChatGPT. And by the way, I highly recommend that all of you, if you have not already, upgrade to ChatGPT 4. Why would you want to upgrade to ChatGPT 4? Let me see. It's kind of like, why would you want to go from a BlackBerry to an iPhone? Why would you want to go from maybe an iPhone 8 to an iPhone 15? Better camera, better this, better that. Okay, so as you can see, my ChatGPT 4 has a lot going on just because I have a lot of things added to it. This PRM are like prompts that are already included here. Write me an SEO optimized article. Why would you want that for your blog? Can you optimize my website for WordPress? Yes. So all these things are just here. But let me show you the first thing that you want to do after you've upgraded to GPT-4. Okay. So obviously, ChatGPT 3.5 is free. The limitations of the free version is the information that you're getting primarily from Bing, because OpenAI has a partnership with Microsoft. I'm sure you heard all about that drama that went on at Christmas with Microsoft taking Sam and then Sam coming back, the CEO. Anyway, long story short is they're in with Microsoft, they're in with Bing. That's where the information is coming from, but that's limited. ChatGPT 4 is getting information from multiple different sources and it's up to date. So if you're getting information and you're using it for your business, you want it to be current, don't you? That's one of the many, many, many reasons you're going to want to upgrade to ChatGPT 4. It's $20 a month, which may seem like a lot, but what I did was I went through my bank account and I looked at subscriptions that I had for things I was not using. Hulu, this, and that, right? Or magazine I'm no longer using. It's easy to find $20 and it's going to be the best $20 investment you've ever had, because the return on investment with all the different functions it's going to serve, not just in your business life, but in your personal life, is going to be well worth it. Okay. First thing that you want to do is click on the name feature. So your name right here, it'll say your name. And by the way, ChatGPT 4 now has teams. So if you wanted to do $25 per person per month, it'll allow your team to share GPTs and to share the workspace, so that once you train the ChatGPT to be aligned with your core values, your mission, your vision, it knows your brand, all of your team will have that same workplace. You won't have to have, your assistant on one ChatGPT, you on another. It'll be cohesive and integrated to make sure you're on track. Okay. So when you click on your name, you'll see something that says custom instructions. So the very first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you fill in this space. And look, it gives you 1,500 characters. How many characters do I recommend using? $14.99. No, use all 1,500. So this is going to, and what I would do here, by the way, is I would put your unique selling proposition, your client avatar, your mission, your vision, your products, your services, anything that you think an assistant that you were training needs to know to be able to create and cultivate information that is going to be super relevant. It's going to save you so much time in the long run once it understands. And you know what? If you don't know what to write there, go to ChatGPT and say, what do you, I'm actually going to give you prompts. I have a slide of what to ask them to ask you to get all the information you need. And I have that all for you. So that'll come up in a future slide. And it's basically your client avatar, your unique selling proposition, the products and services you sell, any unique upcoming things. It'll be completely customized for you. Okay. So I'm going to share that with you in an upcoming slide. All right. Okay. So then when you say, how would you like ChatGPT to respond? You could say, ChatGPT, I would want you to be formal with me or casual. I want you to enumerate everything in numbers, or I want you to write in paragraphs. You should address me as ma'am or sir or whatever you want ChatGPT to address you. Do you want it to have opinions? Do you want it to be neutral? Whatever. You could even tell it how to address you, because sometimes, like, for mine is very polite, and I like, one of the things I love about being here with you in Arkansas, you don't realize this about yourself because you're with each other, but you guys are super nice and super polite. California people are not like you. They're not nice. So it's like you're very nice. And so ChatGPT is very nice, and I appreciate it. So I'm always saying thank you, please, thank you, please. I like it that it says that to me. It doesn't have to call me ma'am, but maybe yours does. Okay. So here, and it'll give you tips right here. So this will take you 20, 30 minutes to do, and then you never have to do it again. But it's going to get you the better results. Most of you that are using ChatGPT every day may not have done this, or you may have done it, but not completely thoroughly. You did one sentence. You want to go in here and give it as much meat and understanding of your company. It's kind of like if you hired somebody, which you're hiring ChatGPT, you're paying them $20 a month. No health insurance, no workers' comp, no overhead, no worry about being late on Monday or wanting to leave early on Friday. Your ChatGPT, I call mine Charlie, is at your service all day long, right? So you want to give it the proper orientation to your business to get the best results. That makes sense, right? If that makes sense, tell me in the chat. Yes, it makes sense. You guys with me? Makes sense? Yes, 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 yes. You guys are with me on this? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay, just making sure. I know I talk fast. Sorry about that. Okay, so there we go. Custom instructions. The other thing that you want to do, it's very important. Most people don't tell you this, is you want to make sure where it says beta features, see where it says plugins, click on that. In order for Canva to integrate with ChatGPT, because that's what this webinar is about, the marriage between ChatGPT and Canva. Will I accept you as man and wife? Yes. ChatGPT and Canva together. You have to click this button to toggle it to enable the plugins to work. Not just Canva. Like I said, you want to travel somewhere? I'm going on vacation. I was about to hire a travel agency, and they were going to charge me $3,000 more than using my Expedia plugin on ChatGPT. I saved $2,800 on my trip by having ChatGPT be my travel agent. What do you think about that? Could be for business trips, could be for personal trips, doesn't matter. Plugins, I want you to think of plugins like apps. Do you have some apps on your phone that are helpful? Do you find your GPS helpful to get you from place to place? Do you find your Gmail helpful? Do you find your Venmo helpful? There's a lot of great apps that you have on your phone. Same thing with ChatGPT. It has really great plugins. And now, in addition to plugins, there are GPTs, which I'll talk about later. So many things. Okay, so those are two things that you want to do. One is click on your name. First, you're going to upgrade to ChatGPT 4. You will never regret it. Unless you're already using Bard, stay with Bard. Do whatever you're doing, stay with Bard. So you've done your custom instructions, right? You've done your beta where you allowed your plugins, right? General. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, you did that. Oh, look. I think you could put a website, verify new domain. Oh, wow. They're adding new things every day. And then GPTs. See where it says GPTs, created GPT? This is advanced. And only those of you that want to go to the next level, you can, if you desire, and I have training on this. One of the things I'm going to give you when we end is a resource sheet. And on the resource sheet, I broke down a lot of AI tools in all these great categories from email to website. I have a YouTube playlist that if you're interested in how to create a GPT, there are instructions in that YouTube playlist. What is a GPT? Like, say you wanted to make a mathematical formula for a chart. Say you wanted to make a specific GPT to find government contracts for matchmaking. You can create GPTs and sell them and make passive income in the GPT store. You do not have to do this. That's advanced and unnecessary for the basic ChatGPT user. But some of you may be more advanced. Some of you, you don't need to know programming. If you have an idea, you can create it and sell it. You don't have to know any app development, any coding. It's already pre-made. You just have to have an idea, create it, and then you could duplicate it. So here are some of my GPTs. This one is an algorithm one where it could help me with optimization. That's kind of cool. This is another one. This was for my client. My client wanted to know about government contracts. That's another GPT. Most of you won't be using that, so we won't worry about that. Okay, so those are the first things that I want you to do before you get started with using ChatGPT, not just for business, but using ChatGPT for a revenue generating activity, right? Because you want to think of ChatGPT as your assistant. In order for your assistant to be effective, it needs to be trained. That's why we did the custom instructions. In order for you to be as efficient with ChatGPT as possible, you want to use all the features. Maybe you want to make a fast PDF. Maybe you want to create and edit whimsical flowcharts. These are some different plugins that you can install. Okay. All right. So we've done that. We've checked that off our list. Now let's talk about all the different ways that we can use ChatGPT. And then I'm going to do some demos with you showing how Canva gets integrated. Okay. So one of the ways we can use artificial intelligence as a general rule is customer support. Many of us have already interacted with an AI customer support. How many of you ever buy things on Amazon? Me every day. So if you've ever bought something on Amazon, if you've ever not gotten a package and you go to the little chat, first thing they're going to do is say chat. They're not going to say call. Why? They're wanting to reduce the amount of customer service people they hire, just like grocery stores are trying to reduce tellers. Banks are reducing tellers and now have machines. That's the unfortunate part of AI, that now a lot of organizations are more relying on technology. But how can we use it as a small business to help us? Let's be selfish and focus on our business, our organization. How can we grow with AI? Well, we could create a chatbot for the frequently asked questions of our business. So you could go to ChatGPT and you could say, I operate a flower shop in Little Rock, Arkansas. Can you, and you could take the frequently asked questions that people ask on your website and you could paste it in ChatGPT and you could say, can you create a customer support automation sequence so that we can have a chatbot integration on the website. So then it'll eliminate people calling, reduce people calling, reduce people emailing you, and allow you to outsource customer support to something like ManyChat. ManyChat is a customer service AI app. And you can use ChatGPT to help you to write the content for ManyChat. Okay. ManyChat probably has prompts for you as well, but I'm just giving you an example. Just when you think of certain things that customers, clients normally ask you, and it also gives them instant answers. I don't know if any of you ladies ever buy anything from Ann Taylor Loft. It's a clothing store. I ordered some sweaters or something. They didn't come in the mail, so I messaged the chatbot my order number. They were able to give me the tracking information that told me exactly the date that it would arrive. So that eliminated me having to call, saving the company money from having to have a person answering phones all day. See that? That's a great use of ChatGPT. Second, and this is the one that I personally use the most because I do digital marketing training. And social media, believe it or not, with AI, you do not need to do ads. You can organically, with what I'm going to teach you with ChatGPT today and what I'm going to teach you in February with Canva, you could create organic social media content that solves the pain and problem of your ideal customer, your ideal target market. And because it's so right on brand, because you've trained your ChatGPT to, with the custom instructions, to know your unique selling proposition, to know your unique client avatar, to know your mission, your vision, your core values. It knows the frequently asked questions, blah, blah, blah. Your content is on point. Your content is so in alignment with solving the pain and problems that your target market has that they're reading your blog and they like it. They're sharing your social media posts. They're taking action on your newsletters and purchasing your products or services. When they go to your website, they understand what you do for them and why they need your product or services. So you shift with this content creation strategy, you shift from pushing and pulling to attracting. In fact, seeing is believing. So before we go to the next steps, let me show you something with ChatGPT. But I want to get a real life example from one of your business. Somebody in the chat, write down what your business is. Just write a sentence of what your business is. I want to use your business as an example. Just whoever does the first one, I'm going to select that. No right answer, no wrong answer. I'm simply going to show you the power of ChatGPT to help you with content creation. Okay, who said it? Who's first? Okay, let me go to the top. Rooted in Wellness, Chamber of Commerce. Okay. All right. So here I am. So I'm going to open up a new chat. Okay. So, and by the way, it would already have in the custom instructions everything we need to know. So can you please, I always say please, you do not have to say, can you please? You are already polite. I know you are. I do that. It's a habit. I can't stop myself. I would be faster if I didn't say, can you please, but I do. Okay. So can you please create a 30-day content calendar for a Chamber of Commerce based, I'm just going to say in Little Rock, Arkansas, right? The more information we give it, the better the results will be. So this is what I said. Can you create a 30-day content calendar, right? Because you know you need to post, but what are you going to post? And how are you going to get the best results? It says, welcome posts, introduce the Chamber of Commerce and its mission, highlight a longstanding for local business, spotlight a new member business. Oh, I like that idea. Share a fun fact about Little Rock's history. I like that idea. Promote membership benefits and how, so that's the first week. It's kind of like if you had a dietitian and they said Monday, chicken and asparagus, Tuesday, steak and spinach. You know, they're telling you what to eat, so you don't have to think about it. So then now I'm going to give it a little more information. I'll say, most of our constituents are on LinkedIn and Facebook. Can you create the first week of posts, including keywords and optimized content for the goal of increased chamber membership? Okay, here's the thing with ChatGPT, and this is with Bard. Those of you that are using Bard, those of you that are using Copilot. Anytime I say ChatGPT, if you're not using ChatGPT and you're using something else, just translate it because it works for Jasper. It works for all the other AI tools. Okay, I'm not paid by ChatGPT yet, so I'm not endorsing them. It works for it, so I'm neutral. Any tool you want to use, go ahead. Okay, but here's the deal: the more specific you are and the more you give it feedback, the better information it's going to give back to you. ChatGPT 4 does remember what you just posted. So you don't have to reiterate what your business is. Once you put it in the custom instructions and once you have it here, it remembers it. I didn't even put this in the custom instructions, but we're in the same chat, so it knows. Okay, so most of our constituents are LinkedIn and Facebook. Can you create the first week of posts? Oh, always give it your end result goal. Don't assume that it knows, because you know what? If you don't give it your end result goal, it will think that your goal is to create content. But actually, that isn't your goal with content creation. You know what your goal in content creation is? Sales. It's not likes, it's not shares, it's not views, it's not comments. Although like, shares, views, and comments does get you more engagement. You want your connecting with people to convert. So make sure you let them know. It's not just about getting it out there. We want new members to our chamber, and we want our old members to be re-inspired. So maybe doing features on previous chamber members could really help. Okay, so now it's giving us more meat. Before it was giving us like a little skeleton, which is good, by the way. Don't you think this is good, my chamber over here? So look, now it's saying LinkedIn and Facebook. Welcome to the official LinkedIn Facebook pages of Little Rock Chamber of Commerce. We're here to connect, empower, and grow your small business in our vibrant community. Stay tuned for valuable resources, networking opportunities, and more. And then they're telling you the keywords. I think I should have told them to put hashtags because I would prefer has. Don't take our word for it. Hear from our satisfied members. Oh, I love this. Testimonial Tuesday. Don't take our word for it. Hear from our satisfied members about how the Little Rock Chamber has helped their business thrive. It's so funny. I was the marketing person for the Beverly Hills Chamber, and I'm actually going to be speaking live at the Beverly Hills Chamber in February 15th. If you want to come to Beverly Hills, I'll be there live. And one of the things I used to do at meetings was get video testimonials. That was helping them to have content. So the best thing that any business can do is get social proof, because people don't believe you when you say your business is great. They believe your clients when you show them using your product or service. So look, they're giving us this, that. Cool. So one of the things they're telling you is feel free to adapt and customize these posts for your specific chamber messaging and branding. Make sure to include engaging visuals, which we're going to get to. I'm going to show you how to use Canva right here, integrated into ChatGPT, and also how to use Dolly, which is ChatGPT 4's or OpenAI's graphic design. You know what I just noticed? I'm in ChatGPT 3.5. This isn't even 4. I'm showing you the tools with ChatGPT 3.5. Whoa. And it's still not bad, right? It would be next level with ChatGPT 4. I can switch over in a minute. So what do you think? What do you think, everyone? Let me hear in the chat. What do you think about this? Your value proposition is that AI assistant is a VA, business coach, and marketing strategist. Julie, that is not all, but more. That's just the beginning. I'm only on slide 3. It's also your publicist. It's going to help you with press releases. It's going to help you with graphic. I wonder if you're going to get to the same results when you use ChatGPT 4. Well, Rodrigo, that's a great question. Let's see. Okay. Wouldn't that be interesting? Let's try it, because then that could maybe be the decision maker whether you want to upgrade. I know you're going to want to upgrade. Look. Okay. So if we go to ChatGPT 4, new chat. Okay. Same question, right, Rodrigo? I was only using the tip of the iceberg, right, Myra? Me too. Trust me. So was I. Okay. Okay, Rodrigo, let's test it. By the way, do you notice I have this so it could translate it into all these different languages, and I could speak English or I could speak Spanish. Anyway, let's see. Let's see the difference, Rodrigo. Look at this. Oh, economic data update, weekend community event, Sunday rest. I like it. You could do a scenic photo of Little Rock promoting work-life balance. I love that. That's a great idea. business resource guide, member interview, highlight local innovation. This is kind of good. Do you want me to paste this in the chat? I'm like, wait a minute. This is kind of good. Sunday reflection, networking tips. Oh, I love that. And you can, Chamber, you can leverage having your members help you with the social media. Because say I'm a motivational speaker and I teach networking, which I used to, I would volunteer to do the networking tip. And then you would feature me and it would be a benefit, right? Or say you're a CPA and you could talk about a tax tip or something like that, right? So it's this is the difference, Rodrigo. What do you think, Rodrigo? There you go. I'm putting this into the chat. Oh, it's too long. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that I just did because it's just so good. And by the way, all of you can do this for your business, right? So you can have chat. This was something I would do with my clients, right? By the way, did you see what I did? Oh no, you can't see my screen. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Okay. So now you got this information from ChatGPT. What are you going to do with it? Okay. So you're going to open up a doc, content, 30-day. And then what you want to do is you go edit, paste without formatting. This works for Google Docs or Microsoft Word. And then what I would do is I would edit it. So I never take what ChatGPT says and just do it on my own. I don't know if you noticed, LinkedIn now has integrated AI. It's probably Microsoft Copilot because Microsoft owns LinkedIn. So when I wrote a LinkedIn post today about speaking on ChatGPT, LinkedIn AI rewrote it for me and they did a better job than I did, let me tell you. So here it is. And then this is where you can edit it, put your hashtags. I'm going to share this with all of you. I want to make sure the chamber has this. There you go, Chamber of Commerce. And obviously change the word Little Rock for whatever your chamber is. And there you go. You're welcome, Ashley. Okay, so let's go on. Any comments before I go on? I don't want to go too fast, but I want to make sure that you guys are with me. I'm just going to complete that slide. In the chat, you can put any or the Q&A. Why don't you go in the Q&A? Anything you want to ask me before we go on to our uses of ChatGPT? And by the way, I did a very brief version of that. We're going to do an advanced version. And we did ChatGPT 3.5, and then we did it again with 4.0. And you saw it was deeper, it was richer, it was a little more expanded. Okay. Okay, so Karen says, I think Karen, I see you guys are putting it in the chat. It may get lost in the chat. If you could do it in the Q&A, it would be a little easier. Karen says, do you have any concerns that the more people use similar features, the more marketing will start to look and sound the same? So this is why you have a unique selling proposition. You have a mission statement and a vision statement, and probably you wrote an entire business plan, right? To help you customize. You may even have a social media marketing plan. You're never going to sound the same and generic if you customize it to you. It's kind of like, say there's one Little Rock bakery and another Little Rock bakery. Well, wouldn't it sound the same if they're selling the same things? No, not if they're making sure that their brand voice, this is the key, your brand voice is alive in your copy. And we can talk more about brand voice. Canva also has its own ChatGPT AI called Magic Write that we'll talk about next a month when we talk about Canva Magic. And they teach you about brand voice and making sure that you're true to your brand. How are you going to be true to your brand? You want to make sure that you have your story of your brand, the core values of the brand, your why. The key thing about your social media is It will sound generic and sterile like everyone else's if you don't customize it to your brand. And your brand is going to have your why. Like, for example, I'm sure there's lots of AI trainers for small business. Um, there's a lot of them, right? But no one's going to teach in my style or my way. You know, it's because my dad was an engineer. So when I was a kid at 8 years old, he was giving me computers to play with. He was showing me video games that he created. He was giving me all this technology to play with instead of toys, right? So I became very, very interested in technology from a young age. That's my story from my Colombian dad, right? Not everybody has that Colombian dad story of being given that, right? So that's the why I'm interested. So as long as you remain true to your core values, to your brand, why do you do what you do? It's more than just money or revenue. Maybe there's your vision that is a world that's eco friendly, right? That, you know, we're reducing carbon footprint. And for every buddy that buys this, you donate this to a cause, right? That's unique about your business. So it's going to be really important that you train your ChatGPT in the custom instructions to understand the uniqueness about your brand. So it's not going to be cookie cutter. And it will never, but it's such a great concern. It's never going to be cookie cutter unless you copy and paste. Do you remember what I said? Never, ever copy and paste and just throw it out there. It's kind of like, anybody like cooking? I love eating. I just started cooking since the pandemic, but I've always loved eating. But one of the things I learned about being a recent new cook is that you can watch a recipe, but it's not about the recipe and what they say goes in it. It's what they don't say goes in it that you add your little bit of cayenne pepper, your little bit of garlic salt, your little bit of lemon, extra this, extra that, right? So you add your own flavorings to make it that boring mac and cheese taste amazing, or that boring cranberry sauce tastes amazing, right? So you're going to put your flavor on it. Okay. I'm getting hungry talking about food. It's my lunchtime. Okay. Let's continue. Is that good? Wait. Any questions? Any more questions? Okay. So somebody said, I was very impressed with how much more human ChatGPT 4 is compared to the previous version. Did you hear what Egan said? So yes, you know, that's a very good point that the ChatGPT 4 version is more humanized and more personable because they trained it, right? It's a large language model that they can train. So they can basically say, you know, this is the best practices and this is the best use. And this is how people actually talk and talk like human, not like an AI. Okay. Cool. Yes, Melissa. Melissa had a good point. Yeah. Without the custom instructions, and I'm going to give you even more information to be even better than the custom instructions to the next level. We're not done yet. I have more customization I'm going to give you. Arkansas is going to be the best of the 50 states. Yeah. I'm going to give you guys all the best of the best. Okay. So the other thing that it can do for you is market research and analysis. You can identify what are trends going on in your industry, right? So maybe your industry, maybe you're in the real estate industry and there's certain kind of mortgages that are happening or certain things that are happening with certain loans or certain kind of funding. And you want to be able to tell people about that. Um, so you can do market research. And the great thing about ChatGPT 4 is you can also do research on pricing so that you could get up to the minute competitive pricing that say your competitors have dropped their prices or they've reorganized their prices or they're charging in a different way. You'll be able to stay on top of those kind of things. So that's a really cool thing. Email management. Oh, my goodness. How many of you, the bane of your existence is like email? I hate it. I hate email. I don't like it. I must admit, I don't like email. However, I know, and I'm sure you know, when we talk about digital marketing, for those of you that don't talk about digital marketing or hear about it, it's basically getting people from the internet to email or phone to your website to your shopping cart. And you probably have noticed this, those of you still paying bills from holiday shopping. Oh my gosh, right? And we realized that we signed up for some emails, right? Because they were going to give us a discount. Like I signed up for Michael Kors and Ann Taylor, some of these brands, and now they're texting me and they're emailing me. Why? Because your target market will only do business with you if you're on the top of their mind. Unfortunately, when it comes to sales, it's not always the best business that gets the sale. It's the one that's the best marketed. Think about singers, right? So it's not always the best singer, Madonna, J-Lo, nothing wrong with Madonna or J-Lo. I love them both, but they may not be the best singers, but they may get the most visibility in their time because they're the best marketed, right? It's all about marketing. It's all about marketing. But marketing is twofold: email and driving traffic to your home, which is your website, and social media, right? So it's a combination. But we don't know what to write. We have to write a weekly, that's the recommended dosage of email newsletter once a week. Because when they go to our website, I was coaching someone right before I got on this webinar, and he was an amazing real estate agent. But when you go to his website, there's nowhere that it asks for name and email. So people can walk into his website and then walk out. It's kind of like if you owned a store. Some of you may have a brick and mortar store. You've trained your staff when people walk in the door to say, "Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. Hello, sir. Good afternoon." You greet them, right? So you want to greet people on your website by offering them something. And you don't want to say, "Give me your email." You want to offer them something. "Oh, would you like free listings on the best houses available in Little Rock?" Put your name and email. Nobody wants to give an email to be on a newsletter list. Nobody wants more email. I know I'm lecturing you on email marketing, but I'm about to tell you why it's so useful. Because if you don't capture their email or their phone number, they can walk in your store and walk out. You have not captured them. They're gone. And you have no way to nurture them to make a sale, because normally the sales cycle, it takes 7 to 10 touches, impressions to make a sale for most people. So that's why email management, email marketing, automated emails is powerful. But what do you write? Okay, you don't know what to write, but guess who does? Your friend ChatGPT. Let's take a walk over to ChatGPT 4. Let's forget about 3. We've seen what 3 could do and we're not impressed, right? We're like, okay, 3, show us something we don't already know. Let's go to ChatGPT 4 and let's work on some emails. Okay. I saw somebody was saying, who wants to volunteer next to do a newsletter for you? First person in the chat. Ready. Let's make sure we're in ChatGPT 4. Okay. Who wants a newsletter? Okay. Hot sauce. Okay. We love hot sauce. All right. I think I know you from the last webinar, right? My hot sauce. I think I'm following you on Instagram. I know I'm following an Arkansas hot sauce, but I don't know if it's you. Maybe it is you. Okay. So let's start a new chat. New chat. Make sure we're in 4. Okay. Okay. So I have a hot sauce company in Arkansas. Can you help me write an email newsletter to get more sales? And this is where you want to be very specific, because what's your objective? Like maybe your objective is to get into warehouse stores like Costco or Walmart. I don't know what your big box stores are. So are you B2B or are you B2C? If you're B2C and you just want customers to buy it and to find their local store, so you don't want to just say, write me a newsletter. Remember, clarity is cash. One of the things we've been learning from this webinar is we cannot be generic. We need to be super specific to get the actual results that we want, right? So how are we going to do that? We're going to let them know. So I have a hot sauce company, and we could say what part of Arkansas. My target audience is blank, blank, blank. If you want to tell me in the chat, it'll help me. Ooh, Ozark Pepper Company. Cool, cool, cool. Maybe we'll do that later. Okay, kettle corn. You guys are making me hungry. I have a hot sauce company in Arkansas. Can you help me write an email list to get more sales? This is generic. This isn't specific, so it's not going to be as great as it could be, but you're going to write a very specific one. By the way, something went wrong. Hold on. By the way, what did go wrong? By the way, you know, this AIPRM, all of you guys can install this. I put the link in your resource sheet. I wonder if it already has write me, look, mid-journey prompt, YouTube script, write a complete book. I wonder if it has a newsletter thing in here. Oh, add public prompt. Oh, so I could add this. I can add one that talks about newsletter. Okay, so I have a hot sauce company. Can you write an email newsletter to increase sales? I think we're almost ready for Canva to like make us something. We're going to do that in a second. Okay. Oh, did you see this? I love what it said. Did you see what it said? It put fire emojis for hot sauce. Yeah. Some like it hot. Spice up your meals with their exclusive hot. I like that they put exclusive hot sauce deals. Keyword exclusive. Keyword deals. Fun word spice. Dear recipient's name. And by the way, when you do your custom instructions, you can tell them write everything in a formal style, or write everything in a casual style, or write everything with the audience for college students, or write everything for the target audience of millennials so that they know the tone of voice to use. I hope this email finds you well and ready to turn up the heat in your kitchen. As a valued member of our fiery community, I love it. I want you to be the first to know. I love it. The exclusivity. Everybody wants to be like part of humans. You know, the Maslow hierarchy of needs. Part of what all humans want is to feel like they belong. So by them saying fiery community, you're part of the community. You're a part of something. So then they want to be more involved with your company and your brand. They're using psychology of sales. Plus, they're using all these wonderful descriptors, tantalizing, tongue tingling, hot sauces, limited time. Oh, look at the peppers. Look, they put hamburgers. Do you like this or what? What do you think? Stay spicy. I love it. Oh, what? And it says follow us on social media handles. So what are you going to do with this? Are you just going to copy and paste and send? No. You're going to copy it. Remember how I said to copy it? So you're going to open up a doc, whatever doc you want to do, whether it's Google Doc or Microsoft Doc. Here's the key that I had to learn the hard way is you go to edit and then paste without formatting. Otherwise it's black. Then you go in here and edit it. It will take you to probably edit this, not long, maximum 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You could even have an assistant do this. You don't have to do this because this is good. I don't think I could even write something that good with all those nuances of fiery this and I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the chat what you think. I am going to drop it in there. I'm going to drop it like it's hot. No pun intended. What do you think? What do you think? Huge time saver, right? Huge, huge, right? Yeah. But we need graphics. We need graphics for our newsletter, right? What did you think? Who was the one that asked for this? What do you think? The person that is my hot sauce person, Aaron. Oh, Aaron, you said huge, scorching. Okay, let's segue into Canva and ChatGPT with some graphics, right? Because we're doing this newsletter, right? And we need some graphics for this, right? We don't need, you know. By the way, see this little paper clip? You can upload graphics and and get feedback and have it do different things with your own graphics. So when you go over here to GPT-4, included with GPT-4 is DALL-E. Okay, so DALL-E is a graphic design program. And this is why Canva added Canva Magic AI, because if it did not, you wouldn't need Canva anymore. When I first started teaching these classes last year here with Arkansas, I gave you the top 10 apps, and I think I mentioned Mid-Journey, and I was teaching Mid-Journey, but Mid-Journey was challenging. You would have to go to ChatGPT to write a prompt and go to Mid-Journey. Now that they have DALL-E, it basically writes the prompts for you. It takes your simple prompt and it up levels it, it elevates it so that you get the best graphics possible, and you don't have to leave the OpenAI platform, and you don't have to pay Mid-Journey. The $20 a month you pay ChatGPT is a 2-for-1. It's actually a 10-for-1 because of all the plugins and the GPTs you get. But you get OpenAI, which is the writing, you get DALL-E, which is the graphics, you get the plugins and the GPTs, all for $20 a month. Okay. They should pay me. Like Canva's. Canva's not paying me, but they're giving me free shirts. That's funny. Okay. So we need graphics. Okay. So can you create a few graphics for this newsletter using, I'm just going to say using DALL-E. I don't have to say, I'm just going to say it just to make sure they know. Sometimes they do it and sometimes they don't. So I just make sure I say it. Because if I don't say it, then they write me a description of the graphic I want. So then I could go somewhere else. So here's something interesting. ChatGPT has a Canva integration and Canva has a DALL-E integration. This is beautiful. Do you like it, Erin? Look, and then you really want to take the time to rate it. So if you hate it, do a thumbs down. If you like it, put a thumbs up. And then you click on this button right here and you can instantly download it, and you can put your logo here. So what I don't like about Imagine is Meta's AI, is they'll put the Meta logo here. You know how like TikTok puts, what do you guys think about that? That is not bad for an AI. I didn't give it any instructions. Pretty rad. Looks great, Melissa says. It has a natural feel. Okay. I bet you, I'm just going to bet that you like DALL-E better than Canva. But let's try. Okay. This is a ChatGPT Canva class. So let me show you. You have options. That's the wonderful thing that I love about AI. Don't believe what you see on 2020 60 Minutes. Robots are going to take over the world. Maybe they will. Hopefully not. But how we can use generative AI, which is not robotics, which is generative AI, which is all these co-creation, text to image, text to copy, text to video. We're generating from large language models it's just going to get better and better and better. And all of these companies are competing to make your life easier. When has that ever happened that people compete to make our life easier? Usually people compete to make our life harder and more annoying. But to have people compete to make our life easier, when does that happen? 2024. That's when it happened. That's why I'm excited to be alive right now. It's like a revolution. It's a new world and we're all learning. So check this out. Okay. So we want a Canva plugin, right? So I have already, before we started, installed Canva as a plugin. Think of a plugin as an app. So you all know you have apps, right, on your phone. So once you download an app on your phone, you never have to download it again. It's there, right? You just have to make sure it's on and activated. So I go over to plugins and I see that Canva's here. Look, it's on. Checkbox. It's enabled. When I say on, enabled. So now I can say, oh, prompt perfect. That'll help me start your prompt with perfect craft. Okay. So can you have Canva create a image for a hot sauce company. Thanks. You don't have to say thanks. You don't have to say please. It's just you all are more polite than me, but I just do it and I can't stop. And I won't stop. I'm gonna be my polite self. What? Here are some Canva templates that you can use for a hot sauce company. This again, Erin, time saver. I promise you that if you use these tools, you can save 2 to 12 hours a week, maybe more, and lots of money. So they're giving us like a design, look, and you could obviously change this out for yours. You can even put the dolly design over those peppers, right? Okay, so that's not good. That's not good. Oh, this is okay. You could do whatever you want with that. So they're just coming up with as many things as they want. And guess what? You click on it, and as long as you have a Canva account, now you can do things with this. You can change it to your name. You could change this to your brand colors because we're going to learn this next month. Canva keeps your brand colors so you stay in alignment with your brand kit. Boom, boom, boom. That's a great idea. In your newsletter. So, what you want to do in the newsletter is not say, buy my hot sauce. What you want to do is give them a recipe for the Super Bowl for the best salsa party so that the 49ers win. No, I'm just kidding. California. We're so happy we won. Anyway, do you see that? Because then you're not selling. You're giving them something. You're giving them a great recipe for salsa for the Super Bowl. And you can even put in the subject line salsa Super Bowl recipe for best party tip or whatever. And then you put a link to your sauce with like a coupon code Super Bowl, whatever it is, to get them to urgently buy it. What do you think? What do you think? Okay. Let me know in the chat. What are your comments? How you guys doing with this? Did you see how fast it made the dolly? How fast it made the graphic? How fast it made the Canva template? Sweet. Spicy, right? Erin opens up more room for your own personal creativeness. Erin, did you hear what Erin said? He hit the nail on the head. So AI is not here to replace you. AI is here to be a time saver and to open up your space to be creative. But so the purpose of the Canva, I'm going to show you again how I did the Canva integration because that's what this training is all about. We'll do it for one of the other businesses. Spread the love, right? I have to go back up to see some of the other businesses. Gourmet cotton candy. Okay, let's do gourmet cotton candy. So make sure you're at the gourmet. Say we just did a newsletter about gourmet cotton candy. Let's just do a new chat. So can you make graphics? And we're just going to see the difference between Dolly and Canva. So remember, Canva is creating a graphic design template that you don't have to use their graphic design image. You could use your own image, your own photography. So Canva is great because it's a template and you can swap things in and out. Dolly is just a graphic design image. And with Canva Magic that I'm going to teach you in February 24th, you're going to be able to erase things and add things and do things, and it's going to be cool. So you've got the best of both worlds. Okay. Can you make a graphic with Canva templates for a cotton candy company? And obviously, you can leave ChatGPT and go to Canva, but ChatGPT does not want you to leave. And Canva does not want you to leave. That's why Canva has Dolly and ChatGPT has Canva. Do you get it? You get it? They both don't want you to go anywhere. So they're making it easy for you to stay on their platform. Okay, we don't like that. That's kind of cartoonish, right? We're not in love with that, but you could always swap it out for your own images. It looks kind of elementary. So by the way, ChatGPT 4 is relatively fast. It's going at the speed of light, creating different images. If there's anything you like, let me know. I'll drop it in the chat. Cotton candy, I don't like that one either. So it's giving us, and I didn't give it a lot of information because see, it's saying sweet and charming design. So it rewrote it for me. I just said a cotton candy design. It said sweet and charming. So the more adjectives you give, the better. Clarity is cash, clarity is cash. So these are okay. Oh, they also made a new, oh, look, they have 3 more. And it says, you can choose any of these templates to start creating your graphic. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. Thanks. Okay, so that's okay. We're not in love with it. Let's go back to Dolly. Okay. Can you create a cotton candy graphic design with, I'm just not going to say with Dolly and see if it already knows to do Dolly. Yeah, it did it. So you don't have to say with Dolly. I'm just being a micromanager by saying with Dolly. You don't have to say that. Save yourself 3 seconds of your life. You don't have to do that. Okay. So look, it's creating an image for the cotton candy design business. Let's see what it has. And you can upload it to Canva. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Very whimsical. Look, it said vibrant and whimsical. But say you don't want it whimsical and you want other adjectives, then you can even upload a picture of your actual cotton candy and say, use this as an example. Create something with a young, let's see if we can have kids involved. Can you create a scene with 3 kids eating cotton candy? Because every mother, father feels like they have to get cotton candy for their kid, right? I know when I was a kid, you just gave your parents the look. I need it. I need this cotton candy. So if you put the kids, it's the peer pressure of the cute kid, right? So is everyone understanding? I'm just showing you rather than telling you how this works easily, efficiently, effortlessly. The more specificity you have, the better results you're going to have, etc. It's oh, ooh. Can everybody say ooh, ah? Do you like it? I love these. And you could have the kids, and look, they rewrote it. Here's an image depicting a heartwarming scene of 3 kids enjoying cotton candy in the park, right? And so, how does this help the small business? Maybe you're a small business that doesn't have a lot of photography. Maybe you're a small business that doesn't have a graphic designer. Now you can use AI to fill in the gap until you do. Obviously, real pictures of real customers eating your product or service is going to be ideal. I'm not saying this is better than what's the best is social proof. This is for all of you. Take as many pictures, get as many video of people using your products or services. This is what's called social proof. This is what will make people feel compelled to buy your product or service because they see it working for other people. Okay. However, if you don't have photography and if you don't have graphic design, these are alternatives. What does my cotton candy business think about this? Rosanna, what do you think? Super cute, super cute. Which one do you like, Rosanna? Any of them? Love it? Super, super, not just super. Okay. Any questions? If you could put your questions in the Q&A, that will help me because there's 76 of you and I don't want to lose anything in the chat. So now we've had some salsa with some hot sauce. We've had some cotton candy. We had some chamber. Okay, we're feeling good. Any questions, Q&A before I go on demonstrating some more great features? It's 111 here. Okay. You like the last one? Okay, Rosanna, I want to make sure that I give it to you. Do you like the one with the kids? Okay. So here's how easy it is to download, by the way. So you just click on this button, the download button, and then you can relabel it, whatever you want to relabel it. I have a Mac, so it's just saying Dolly. And now I can come over here to the chat, and then there's a little button here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Any questions while I'm uploading this for our friend? I would hate for you to not have this. Okay, actually, I'll put both of them in there. Dolly, Dolly. I'm putting the hot sauce and also the cotton candy. Equal opportunity. Okay, cool. All right. So if I don't see any questions, let's go on. You guys like this? Pretty cool. Okay. By the way, this presentation is being brought to you by Canva. One of the things I'm going to teach you next month is Canva Magic AI made this presentation for me. And not only does it make it the graphics, it added some of the content. I changed the content, of course, because it's my own material. But not only did they make it, they animated it, they recommended graphics, they know my colors, so they put my color. Oh, just so awesome. Okay, so what else can we do with ChatGPT? We can have ChatGPT be our social media manager. We can have it do translation. Anything you want, it can translate different languages. Both ChatGPT and Canva provide excellent translation. Personalized product recommendations. I'm going on a trip and I said, what are the 10 best restaurants I should go to in the city? It gave me a list. It can also help with HR and recruitment assistance. So I'm not an expert in this topic, but there are AI tools, and I'm sure there are going to be GPTs that those of you that are in HR and you have to recruit people, it'll help you screen resumes. It'll help you if you need an intern, like say you want a social media marketing intern, it will write your job description for you in an excellent way, and it'll even customize it to your core values. So those are some of the things. But let me remember, oh, it also can do data analysis, reporting, training and education if you need materials, manuals for your new employees. And with ChatGPT 4, updated legal, if there's updated laws, they know what laws are updated. Um, all these things you can use in your personal life, logo creation. Say you wrote a book, I wrote a book, maybe I want to update my book. I can upload my book manuscript and have it tell me what I should add for the new edition of it. Those are just a few uses. Um, one of the things that I want to give you is tips for better prompting. There's a formula called RICE, which, by the way, you just click on the link that's going to be in the presentation. It'll say, describe who you are, your role. So I could say, I'm an HR manager. I want you to write a job description for this position, and you can upload the current job description. You could say, but we're changing the role, we're streamlining it, we're eliminating this position, we're adding this position. So you could just give them the context. We have some reorganization going on in our company. And mention any limitations or restrictions. Say, we cannot discriminate based on this, based on that. Here are some examples. Now create this. So this is another way of getting better results with ChatGPT. Tell them your role, give them instructions, give them the context, constraints, and examples. So by the way, you have all of this when you click on, you're getting a copy of this presentation, and you click on this link and it'll show you that right in ChatGPT. Okay. Your role, instruction, the context for the content you want. Like if I say, I want you to create a week's worth of AI information, but for small businesses because I'm a social media marketing consultant. See, that's different than just saying AI for people. AI for people, AI for professionals, AI for corporate, and AI for small business is very different. Give them the context. This is going to change the game for you so that you're going to get so much better results. Even tell them the constraints. You have to know we're on this budget, or you have to know politically, we can't say this, we can't say that, and then give them an example. So this is like, I never realized this, but just like you would train a new staff member is the same way you would train your chat GPT. But the good news about the chat GPT is it's not going to have an attitude. It's not going to talk back. It's not going to be like, you just asked me to do 20 other things earlier today. Yes. And I have 100 more. And you're going to work 24/7, 7 days a week. How about that? Great. Maniacal laugh. Okay. There we go. I'm just so happy about all the things it can do. Okay, here's another thing you can do. ChatGPT 4 has vision for graphics. So, by the way, Canva made me a beautiful website. It's like AI small business trainer. I put it in your resource page so you could see what Canva. Oh no, Canva didn't do it. GoDaddy did it. GoDaddy, WordPress, Shopify, all have AI. I don't know about Wix yet, but all of the website builders have AI. And they created this for me. But if I wanted to improve it, I could upload this to ChatGPT and say, how can I make it convert more sales? They may say, oh, you need to change the opt-in here. You need to put your social media logos down here. You need to add your phone number there. You need to add a tab for testimonials. You need to put a video here. You need to change the font, blah, blah, blah. And they'll give you feedback. Okay. So the other day, I took an amazing ChatGPT course. Oh my God, I have to wrap up. So in the course I took, they gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get better results from my ChatGPT prompts. And I'm giving you what I paid big bucks for this course. I just gave it to you. I just took it from the course, put it in here. Okay, so listen to this. So you can copy and paste this right into your ChatGPT. You could say, in a minute, I'm going to ask you to help me write my email newsletter for my hot sauce company. But before you do, I want you to ask me as many questions as you may need to better understand my account. And then whatever questions it asks you, answer them and then put them in your custom instructions. That's going to be your 1,500 characters. That's going to be exactly what ChatGPT is going to need to help you create content for it. Okay. Or, you could say, ChatGPT, I call mine Charlie, you're now the best social media content creator on the planet. I primarily post about cotton candy for children in Arkansas. Help me come up with video topic ideas that will be highly engaging for this audience to buy my cotton candy. Okay. Next, you could say, what are some obscure topics or niches within the field of Chamber of Commerce's, right? What are things that are not a lot of people talking about? AI for small business? No, I'm just kidding. Because you always want to be unique and stop the scroll. Okay, I'm going to go a little fast because time flies when you're having fun. Here's another one. Give me 10 best beginner questions about cotton candy. Make me a table. Example, question, easy, detailed answer. And that can help you come up with content. One of the things I'm going to give you as a bonus next time on the Canva Magic is how to upload a table and have it create 30 days of content in like 2 minutes by having a table. So ChatGPT can make you a table and then Canva can create the graphics from the table. Cool. Here's another one. Let's play a game. You will act as a public relations director. I'm going to ask you as many questions about Little Rock hot sauce, and you will answer them, right? And then it's going to help me identify emerging trends on the topic of cotton candy and suggest ways to adapt my skill set and knowledge to stay ahead of the curve, blah, 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 blah. So these are tools you can play around with to take your results to the next level, okay? So I mentioned to you that the plugins like Canva integration, that's only available with ChatGPT 4. There's hundreds of plugins. There's no extra charge for plugins. It's like apps. You know how apps on your phone, they charge you sometimes $4.99. There's no extra charge for plugins. All these plugins, do you know why? Do you know why there's no extra charge? Some of you may be suspicious. Why? Because if ChatGPT and Google Bard and Microsoft Copilot grow the way investors look at the stock market, think they're going to grow, people aren't going to search the internet anymore. They're not going to go to Google. They're not going to go to Bing. They're going to go to OpenAI and ChatGPT. So companies need to put themselves into the places where they go. This is why advertisers were like, we can't reach kids. They don't watch commercials. How do we get them? Let's have ads in TikTok, or let's have influencers promote our product. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm just giving you the why, because some of you are like, I don't get it. Why are they doing this? Okay, so I already demoed how to use Canva. By the way, for any of you that do not have Canva, I'm going to send you a link for a free 30 to 45-day trial. Once I get it, I'll send it to Meredith and Gwen, and they'll send it to you. And then you can try all the features, because the magic features I'm going to teach you next week, they only give you 5 with free, and with the paid version, $30 a month, they give you 500. Big difference. By the way, the app, once you upgrade to ChatGPT 4, the app on your phone has voice. So I don't even have to type. I walk my dog a lot. My dog needs a lot of walking. So I'll be on a walk with my dog and I'll be working. I'll say, okay, ChatGPT, I need restaurants that are vegan for a client that's coming out of town. Give me the top 10 vegan restaurants in Santa Monica, California. And then it will say, would you like me to make a reservation for you? Yes, please. And you could change the voice. Like if you like an Australian woman or English woman, or this kind of man, whatever voice you want, male, female voice, you can have it. Okay, what's next? Dolly, we talked about it. This is a Dolly image. You can even use these images on your website. And you could change them with Canva if you wanted to, add your logo. I think they're beautiful. All right. So, as we mentioned, how am I on time? Time to end, right? So, ChatGPT is not only your personal assistant, your copywriter, your PR person, your digital marketer, your graphic designer, your analyst, your website person, your SEO person. Canva definitely still is great for business cards, for brochures, for flyers, for templates. There are infinite possibilities with AI to grow and scale your business. What I say is start easy, start simple, start using it for simple tasks like, making a to-do list, about writing a job description, helping with your content creating, writing a press release. I am going to give you this presentation right now, if you want it. I'm also going to give you a supplemental resource, which, by the way, you're going to get this in your email. But for some of you that would like it right now, I'm going to drop it in the chat so that you have it. So you have this information. I've created this AI resource sheet. It's constantly being updated. So it's in a Google Doc, and every time I learn something new or I gather something, it's on here. If there's anything you like that you think I should add to it, just email me. I have a YouTube playlist that's on here that I will drop in the chat for you. And I'm going to turn it over for announcements. I don't think I have much time for questions, but I will be. I have my email. So if you do have questions, you can email me. I'll just drop it into the chat. So I know we didn't have a lot of time for questions. Time flies, right? Are we really done? Is it our time?
It's close. It's
Okay.
close. Thank you so much, Deborah. And on behalf of the Arkansas Small Business and Technology Development Center and the Arkansas Business Navigator program. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. And as we've said, you will get a follow-up email that will probably go out tomorrow, and it will be sent to the email you used to register for the event. So that'll include a link to sign up for our next event with Deborah. It'll include a link for a recording of today's webinar, a copy of the slides, a lot of other resources. There'll also be a link in that email for a post-event evaluation survey. And if you would just take a moment to complete that survey, that helps us evaluate how we're doing and determine what sort of events we want to offer in the future. And if you want to see what other events we have available or coming up, go to the events tab on our website. But we're done until next time. But thanks everyone so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Saludos, Rodrigo. Gracias. Thanks, Jeremy, for coming. Great to have you, Karen. Egan, get out there. Yeah, great use of government dollars, right, Julie? Thank you so much for having me back. I so appreciate all of you. The resource sheet, did I give that to you yet? Let me just drop it into the chat. You will be getting it in your email. Oh, you got it. Okay, good. Okay, I see you got it. Okay, good. All right. Thanks so much for coming, everyone. Y'all have a great day. I'll see
Thank
you
you.
later. Bye-bye.